Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. I'm back to recording some more video games for this channel. And my first one, well, for the summer is, well, a very popular one that was released in 2007. That's right, we are playing Portal. Oh, well, to be specific, Portal, the still alive version that's available on the Xbox Live Arcade, and I think on the PC, I believe. And, yeah. Now, originally this was a part of a set known as the Orange Box, which was, I believe, a pretty much an extra compilation for Half-Life, I believe. And, I believe out of all of them, the Orange Box group, I believe this was the most popular one to get its own game, and, come on, you'll see why this game is popular and all that stuff, so, without further ado, let's get started on this thing, because why not? And I've played this before, well, it's been a while, but I have played this before, so let's get started with, Chapter 1, because, yeah, the game allows you to pick your starting point, and I do like that, so, And thankfully I have the subtitles on because, well, I will be talking, well, here and there, but at the same time, you kind of want to hear the voice. That's right, the voice of the one and only GlaDOS. And it's pretty much the only voice that we have in this game. Well, there are other voices, but I'll explain as we go along. So, without further ado, let's get started, and... Whoa. Okay. Mariachi music from the radio? Oop, did I break something? Whoa, oh, oops. Yeah. Alright, so, yeah, we get to pick things up with, I forget which button I use, but, yeah.
Hello, and again, welcome to the Aperture Science Computer-Aided Enrichment Center. We hope your brief detention in the relaxation vault has been a pleasant one. Your specimen has been processed, and we are now ready to begin the test proper. Before we start, however, keep in mind that although fun and learning are the primary goals of all Enrichment Center activities, serious injuries may occur. For your own safety and the safety of others, please refrain from... Stand back. The portal will open in 3, 2, 1.
Ah, yes. Oh, and yes, I am a girl. Yes, folks, meet Shell, the protagonist of Portal. And did you see that bed that I was in? I mean, how could Shell fit into such a small thing, unless her legs were in that little thing in the front? But yeah. Anyway, folks, whenever GlaDOS is talking, I'm going to be shutting up for a little bit because you gotta hear the banter of a GlaDOS. I mean, this computer thing, essentially this generation's HAL 9000, it's kind of wow. Anyway, folks, before we do some actual portaling, we're going to be given a series of trials to get ourselves familiar with the controls, you know? Of course, we have to hit X or the RB button to pick things up, and then we have to press the same button in order to drop things. So, we're going to put it right and there.
Excellent. Please proceed into the chamber lock after completing each test. First, however, note the incandescent particle field across the exit. This Aperture Science Material Emancipation Grid will vaporize any unauthorized equipment that passes through it. For instance, the Aperture Science Weighted Storage Cube.
Yeah, and also some other objects. I mean, when I first played the game, I took the radio with me and, put it through this thing and it disintegrated, so... and there are other things I will disintegrate through this emancipation thingy, so... I'm getting ahead of myself. Alright.
Please place the weighted storage cube on the 1500 megawatt Aperture Science Heavy Duty Super Colliding Super button.
Alright, the idea with this room is we have to wait for the portals to cycle over so that we can 1. Get to the cube, and 2. Get to the button, and 3. Get to the exit. It's a waiting game with this one, folks, so yeah, you just gotta wait for the portal to open in the specific room, go through like so, and then wait until you get to the right room, and then continue onward. Alright, and there we go.
Please move quickly to the chamber lock, as the effects of prolonged exposure to the button are not part of this test.
Okay, I kinda don't wanna know this, yeah. So, Aperture Science, you know, testing things, or science and stuff. You gotta love these elevator sequences. Lets you load things, load the next chamber and all that sort of thing. Can get pretty boring after a while because every time we successfully complete a test, we just go to this elevator and, yeah.
You're doing very well.
Thank you.
Please be advised that a noticeable taste of blood is not part of any test protocol, but is an unintended side effect of the Aperture Science Material Emancipation Grip, which may, in semi-rare cases, emancipate dental fillings, crowns, tooth enamel, and teeth.
Oh, okay, so the Emancipation Grill can be bad for your teeth. Thank you, GlaDOS. Thank you for pointing this fact out. Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, we are going to get our first portal gun, which will only...
Very good. You are now in possession of the Aperture Science handheld portal device. With it, you can create your own portals. These intradimensional gates have proven to be completely safe. The device, however, has not. Do not touch the operational end of the device. Do not look directly at the operational end of the device. Do not submerge the device in liquid, even partially. Most importantly, under no circumstances should you...
Okay, as I was saying, we have our first portal gun, which, as GlaDOS just explained, will allow us to create our own portals. But for the moment, we can only create blue portals. Thankfully, the exit portal, the orange portal, will be available for the next few test chambers, so we're going to have to solve puzzles using only the blue portal. Later on, we will get the ability to shoot, well, both blue and orange, but that won't be for a while.
Please proceed to the chamber lock. Mind the gap.
Thank you, GlaDOS. Let's see here. Yeah, we just have to cross the gap and make our way to the exit. Let's see here. Okay. Go. Whoa, turn around. There we go. There's the exit, I believe. Yeah, good enough. I can just walk through and exit. There we go.
Well done. Remember, the Aperture Science Bring Your Daughter to Work Day is the perfect time to have her tested.
That's a kind of a subtle clue, don't you think? Of bring your daughter to work to have them tested? What? What was GlaDOS talking about? I don't get it. Alright, let's move on, shall we?
Welcome to Test Chamber 4. You're doing quite well.
Alright. Okay, our job is to use the portal to essentially get the cube to put on the button and move on. Yeah, some of these tests in the beginning are pretty easy. I mean, this is kind of a new thing, you know, shooting portals in a first-person point of view and then solving puzzles that way. I mean, it's not like any first-person shooter in which you have to shoot things or anything. It's just, we're solving puzzles using portals. And it can be kind of fun, you know. There we go.
Once again, excellent work. As part of our required test protocol, we will not monitor the next test chamber. You will be entirely on your own. Good luck.
Thank you, GlaDOS. Much appreciated. Okay. So yeah, as I was saying, I mean, solving puzzles through portals, it can be fun. I mean, it allows you to create situations where you have to actually think on what to do. You have to know, oh, I have to do this in order to do that, and I have to shoot a portal here in order to solve that puzzle and that sort of thing. Now, there will be a couple of puzzles as I go through these test chambers that I will completely and utterly do it a different way, but to be fair, those puzzles are hard. And, thankfully, this is not one of them. It's just as simple as me just getting 2 cubes, putting them on the 2 buttons, and moving on. The first one is actually right over here across the way. I just need to... Well, I was just demonstrating that I could see myself through these portals, which is kind of bizarre, if you really think about it. And then we just gotta pick up the cube and move on. Now, sometimes, picking up objects, pressing the X button, it's kind of weird, don't you know? You'd think you'd be in the proximity of the button, well, the object, and you would pick it up no problem, right? Well, the game's kind of, about that, you know? Trying to put a little complication on that fact, but, I mean, there are problems where the whole picking up the object can really bite you in the end, and yeah. Alright. Also, let's see here. Where's that cube? About putting objects through the portals themselves. For the most part, at least in this game, it's, alright, but, there are times where I swear that the object did not get through the portal, it got caught through the portals, like, got stuck at one point, it's like, okay, what the heck's going on? Yeah.
As part of a required test protocol, our previous statement suggesting that we would not monitor this chamber was an outright fabrication. Good job. As part of a required test protocol, we will stop enhancing the truth in 3, 2...
yeah, GlaDOS. So, yeah, the AI was lying. But it's all for test purposes, right? I mean, nothing bad's gonna happen to us, right? I mean, this is all simple tests for science. I'm sure we will be compensated for rewards eventually. You know? Alright.
While safety is one of many enrichment center goals, the Aperture Science high-energy pellet seen to the left of the chamber can and has caused permanent disabilities such as vaporization. Please be careful.
Okay, so all we have to do is just shoot a portal right here so that we can form a link in which this ball will go down into a certain hole and activate the machine.
You.
Subject name here.
Must be the pride of.
Subject unknown here.
Okay. Again, it's hard to talk over the GlaDOS dialogue because it's so witty, and in the sequel it gets even wittier, and that's all I'm going to say about that at the moment, because, Portal 2, and more elevators. Boy, elevators. Yay. Alright.
Warning devices are required on all mobile equipment. However, alarms and flashing hazard lights have been found to agitate the high-energy pellet and have therefore been disabled for your safety.
Oh.
Good. Now use the Aperture Science unstationary scaffold to reach the chamber lock.
In other words, get on that platform and go through the door. But of course I'm talking the human talk, because GlaDOS is an AI who is monitoring the test. Yeah, she has to speak in all robotics and all that sort of thing. There we go. Alright, gotta adjust myself. Yeah, if you see me controlling things awkward, it's because I'm not used to doing these first-person tasks. Usually when I play platformers, I prefer the third-person view platforming because I can actually see where I'm going and navigate accordingly, but, yeah. Oh. Alrighty.
Please note that we have added a consequence for failure. Any contact with the chamber floor will result in an unsatisfactory mark on your official testing record, followed by death. Good luck.
Yes, a new obstacle has been added to, well, the chambers. well, not all chambers, but there'll be more like this one. Essentially, we will be doing this test over a vat of acid. Yes, that is acid, ladies and gentlemen. And if I screw up, well, it's a one-way trip to an acid bath. Alright, so the goal of this is to navigate this ball thing to that little, where that thing is right here. And of course, what you're supposed to do is try and aim where that red light is, and it's going to be a bit, folks. I'm going to try and navigate over here, and I'll actually jump cut to where I actually solve it. So, excuse me, okay? Alright, and I'm back, and I'm actually close to solving this puzzle. All I gotta do is position the thing at the right moment, and finally. Alright, that platform's moving, and we need to get on it, so what we need to do is create a portal to get to, well, where the orange, portal is. And then shoot a portal to roughly where the platform is. You can either do it from the side or from above. Let's see. I think I'll go from above. Why not? Of course, there's the danger of the acid, so you want to be careful where you put your portal, lest you fall in accidentally and die. Alright, let's turn around right here. And I have to wait until the platform gets within range, and I'll jump on it and proceed onward. Let's see, here you go. It's kind of disorienting because one portal is vertical, the other is horizontal, and yeah, you gotta make sure you get yourself in perfect position, you know? Ooh, that was close. Alright, we're in position, and we're just gonna go, and... What the? What? Ah! Okay. Alright, that little thing just halted me. What the heck? And yeah, folks, my first death of the game. Although I can still move around, bizarrely, as I am being disintegrated, it's kind of odd. Thankfully, there's autosave, especially when you solve big puzzles. That way you don't have to solve them all over again, and, well, all that time wasted. Though I do believe you can save manually, I believe. Yeah, there was that thing that kind of killed me right there. Just make sure that while you're on the platform, you're a little bit away from it so you don't get, stuck on it and die. So, yeah. And the good thing about this game is that there are infinite lives, meaning that the developers expect you to die. I mean, come on. If you're playing this game for the first time and you die due to various circumstances, and there will be other circumstances in which you can die, well, they don't want you to go all out and quit. They want you to actually enjoy the experience, and I don't blame them, really. I just don't blame them, really. I mean, if people keep dying and keep getting game overs without saving and all that sort of thing.
Impressive. Please note that any appearance of danger is merely a device to enhance your testing experience.
Okay, GlaDOS, thank you. As I was saying, if people were to keep dying without saving, it would be a pretty poorly designed game, especially one of this complexity. I mean, even though it was designed by as few team as possible, I mean, it's still pretty complex system.
The Enrichment Center regrets to inform you that this next test is impossible. Make no attempt to solve it.
Okay, so what we have here is an emancipation grill right there, and well, we cannot take the cube straight on through because it will disintegrate. And when you go through emancipation grills, any portals that you create will disappear. So what we need to do is make a portal right here so that...
The Enrichment Center apologizes for this clearly broken test chamber.
Yeah, thank you, GlaDOS. What we need to do here is, first things first, we have to get a cube so that we can get it to the right, let's see. We have to get it up there, so...
Once again, the Enrichment Center offers its most sincere apologies on the occasion of this unsolvable test environment.
Yeah, shut up, GlaDOS. You're supposed to get a cube right up there, and then make a portal on this side so that we can get the cube over on the button so that we can proceed onward, circumventing the whole emancipation grill. Now, come on.
Frankly, this chamber was a mistake. If we were you, we would quit now.
And somehow I managed to get that through. I don't know how, but I managed to get that through.
Fantastic. You remained resolute and resourceful in an atmosphere of extreme pessimism.
Whoop-de-freaking-do. Anyway, folks, we will continue to go through these chest chambers in part 2, and things will start to get a little bit more complicated. So, yeah. Until then, folks, have a good day now, okay?